All right, hello. Welcome to Stride and Strike, episode 2, actually, episode 1 of Outlaws of Alkenstar. My name is Emma. I'm the GM. I'm also playing a character named Rosaline Emberbloom. And let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. We have. I'll leave it up to everybody. Y'all figure out who you want to go first. Who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Sky, pronouns he, they. I am playing the character of Oleander Hollowell, pronouns he, him.
Hi, hola, mi nombre es Urian Borda, pronouns he, him. I am playing the character Habibi, the Impaler.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm playing Tegro Quivel, the Bard Gnome.
I am Brian. I am playing John Smith, a simple farmer.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I am playing Obeafo, a traveler.
Awesome. Last time we did some planning for a heist. And today, we're going to pick things up with Oleander at the start of our episode. Oleander, you go to bed with this heist in mind, this plan that you've all come up with, at least started talking about, and as you close your eyes, a familiar memory begins to flash through your head that plays over and over and over, and it's a similar thing that you are intimately aware of, intimately familiar with. And Oleander, as you close your eyes, you find yourself back in the city of Absalom 7 years ago. It's the middle of the night, and the silence of a sleeping city's streets is broken by the sound of two people running through a dark alley. The first is you, holding a baby wrapped in a cloth harness around your chest. The other, a kitsune woman, struggles to keep up. She stumbles, tripping on a cobblestone, and you turn to her and kneel, helping her up.
You all right?
Dahlia, very out of breath, turns to you and says, "Ander, you should go. I'm only going to slow you down."
No.
"Take Lilac and go."
Alia, I am not leaving you. We're almost to the safe house. Just another mile or so, and then Tag can keep us hidden for as long as we need. You can make it. Come on.
And Oleander, you continue running through the alleys. Dahlia is still struggling to catch her breath until you come to an open square. You carefully peek your head around the corner, searching and listening for any sign of a trap or an ambush. Dahlia pulls her gun and points it back down the alley. "They're going to catch up any second. I'll need cover."
Hold on. Why would they run through the alleys with us? No. They must have gone around. Just a moment. There. Ahead, behind that bush. Hear it?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
As I'll ever be. And you lift your gun, and you fire, then rush out. Gunshots ring out from all directions, and you and Dahlia stand back to back in the middle of the square, firing your revolvers. Every time you hit one of your targets, you hear a sound of pain. Someone screams out, and it's over in seconds, and as the gun smoke settles, you rush to cover in the alley on the other side of the square. There's silence, then a wince of pain.
Alia?
They got my tail.
Here, let me see.
You never left this moment, Oleander. You've lived it over and over again. You know you never should have lowered your guard, or you might have seen them out of the corner of your eye. You should have heard the footsteps, or the click of the revolver, or Dahlia's gasp the moment before the bullet rocketed out of the gun and through her neck. But in this moment, all you could think of was how you'd knelt before her exactly like this years ago during your first date, tying a ribbon onto the end of her tail instead of a makeshift bandage torn from your coat. Your eyes met in the moonlight, streaming into this alleyway, and you both smiled, realizing that you'd remembered the same thing. And your heart sinks, because every time you come back to this moment, every time you close your eyes and picture the smile on her face, you wish you could stop time right here. But time moves on, the events blurring together. The bullet fires. She falls limp to the ground. The nameless gunman's revolver misfires and gives you enough time to land a fatal shot, and you carry Dahlia's body to the safe house, tears streaming, your daughter's cries echoing in the empty streets, her smiling face now lifeless and cold. That night, a fire that has consumed you since was lit, and you vowed to bring everyone responsible for her death, from the lowest lackey to the barons pulling the strings, to their rightful end. You close your eyes and you fall asleep. And each of you wake up the next morning and you're able to meet in the saloon. What are some things you might be talking about before you come together and go about your heist?
That's for practice. I heard they had some cowboy chili on the pot.
Sounds delicious.
There's a
So
halfling bartender who looks super groggy, does not want to be there right now, looks tired as all heck, and barely notices any of you, trying not to make eye contact. But they are there if you would like something.
Tigeron approaches the bar and reaches over, just grabs a ladle and pours a bowl full of the aforementioned cowboy chili. Doesn't even mention anything to the bartender, and turns and hands it to Obeaphone.
Oh, yeah, just help yourself. That's how it goes here.
Obeafo tosses this over to the barkeep. Nodded appreciatively.
Thank you
So,
kindly,
like I
sir.
was mentioning, so like I was mentioning, got a couple of different keys last night. How'd it go with you?
A route may exist, assuming it hasn't been discovered. Admittedly, hiding things is not my best quality. Do we have an entry strategy?
I think so. Did you get any of those critters?
The hunt was unsuccessful. The critters do exist, though.
I think that's our first plan, man. You gotta get a couple of those guys. It's still pretty early. I think we can still make it before opening if we head out now.
Do you plan to tell me we're gonna make up some sort of story that we're bringing some critters into the bank? What's his plan?
John Smith holds up 3 pairs of workers' overalls with some hastily stitched embroidery over the chest and says, yeah, we're going in as a group of exterminators. Gonna tell them that that guy at the bar whose keys we stole, Byron, yeah, sent us because they have a rat problem and we'll have the rats to prove it. See if that gives us at least a little bit of time to case the place and get in position before things break down.
Well, it's a good thing y'all have a healer. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to seem so pessimistic.
Well, speaking of pessimism, is that seriously the name we're going with? Pop a Roach?
Isn't that great?
Oh,
I
I
think it'll be
like that.
perfect.
Okay, I'm on board.
That was my
Young
idea.
John, while the effort has been endearing, do we not have magical implements which cover this disguise already?
I don't know if the hat does embroidery.
That's a
That's
fair
fair point.
Yes.
I wasn't going to stop him from doing a stitching for me.
Well, Babibi would like to clarify that he is not very good with makeup. Is there any way to avoid having to utilize such a skill?
Oh, honey, I can
Yes.
help you out. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I got you. She goes into her side pack and she starts pulling out like some eyeshadow and a little
I
bit of like
apologize. I meant to say making the believe.
oh, I do apologize. But let me know if you want any of my makeups.
Yes. We've only got 3 sets of overalls, and that's because I don't think a larger team is going to be very believable for such a small building. Habibi, you and me are going in the bag.
John, you and me are going to suffocate.
Just hold the head open a little bit. I got straws.
Do you mean to say
I've
you
got an air
are
bladder.
putting
Okay.
a person inside that little mini bag right there?
2 of them, it seems. Yes.
Oh, goodness me. I'm excited for this.
I'm excited for you and I to do the makeup and the eyeliner later, but I guess we better go rob a bank first, huh?
Oh, I
Oh,
like that plan.
little fox kid. Seek a
What?
small opening in the escape fence for someone your size when the time comes.
Oh, well, thank you. Not exactly a kid, but, well,
Kid. Oh,
kit. Well, will be soon, though. Will look like one. Speaking of little foxes, you will have to tell me your supplier for said makeup, and if it works on fur, my daughter's birthday is coming up soon, and I want to
Oh, well,
give her
that's
something nice.
so exciting. I would love to help out. What is her name?
Lilac.
And
What a
Tag speaks up.
beautiful name.
Remember, when you're meeting with a group of criminals that you haven't worked with before, try not to give so many personal details before you know them a bit better.
Well,
Oh, she's right, actually. You might want to
that's fair.
hold a little
explain
bit
which of
back.
us would be a criminal here.
After
Bobby does not understand the statement.
after we steal from the bank, we all will be.
That's fair.
Oh, didn't you hear? Apparently I stole from Ambrose Mugland.
Ooh, good for you. What did you take?
Well, apparently nothing, because I ain't got no money in my gold sacks.
A shame, really.
Well, I don't want the morning to escape us. Should we get those rats and get on to it?
At which point will Bobby be riding in the sack?
Shortly before we go in the side entrance, I'd imagine.
I can't imagine there would be hours breathing inside there.
Nope.
I don't think so either. My plan is to get you to a spot where you can come out as soon as I can, and I'll bring you a message real quick.
Now, shall we walk that way so that we can see what's going on up on the street before we get to the
Let's.
gold tank reserve?
Right, we should probably scout it out a little bit.
Did want to ask if it comes to breaking in instead of finding a key, any of you happen to have the skills to dismantle, get inside a vault, safe perhaps?
My uncle locked himself out of the tool shed more than once. I know my way around a lock.
Got a crowbar.
All right. Between the two of you, something will happen.
Plan A and Plan B, I like it.
Let's go.
And
Before we head out, will there be a signal for us to
Message.
step out? And that signal would be?
Him casting the spell message and telling us.
Okay.
It's hearing yelling and jumping out. It's a bag. We can hear it, I think.
I do have a question as a GM. What
Yeah.
time are you guys leaving? Are you planning to go around? Yeah. What time did we establish?
Early.
Yeah,
5.
gonna be early when the employees start showing up before they open the doors to the public.
Okay, so likely around. I'm gonna say 5 a.m. is when some of the first employees will arrive.
4:30 then.
4:30.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us
Early
a little
rise.
wiggle room.
What was that, Ryan?
Give us a little wiggle room.
Yeah. Well, it's nighttime and, well, early morning, but it's dark out. And walking around the streets is probably pretty relaxing at this time of night. There's not many people around, and the sounds of kind of horses in the distance who are just kind of waking up from their nighttime um, rest. The sounds of some owls some barn owls maybe off in the distance. It's pretty quiet right now. We're gonna go ahead and change the lighting here on this scene. Make it
Ooh.
activate this scene as well, so that you all can see what's going on. All right, we've got tag a baby.
If I may, while you are setting up tokens
Yeah.
for our visual aid here, Oleander, for the record, would probably be going out not quite yet in fox form until we're ready to begin the ruse.
Okay.
But in his usual, not exactly disguise, but more cover, considering he does stand out in this particular city. So wearing a long, large brown duster, tucking the tails in under it to hide them. Face in a bandana, fairly large one, so the canine snout is a bit more difficult to see. A hat covering up the ears.
Cool. Excuse me, y'all. Do you mind if I set up a little bit of a light? I'm having a hard time seeing out here in the darkness.
Sure, we could have a little light.
Very well. Bobby will extract a torch from his backpack.
Oh, it's okay, honey. I got it. And she casts light.
Bobby shall reinsert said torch into his backpack.
Grippy.
And let's see. I think she's gonna stand over here. Can everybody see the map?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
You are on the street, and the gold tank reserve is just to your right. Feel free to give me a perception check.
– 19.
18.
Okay.
That's how it's done.
Just a moment.
Honey.
All right.
Nice.
I think everybody sees two automaton type creatures. Those clockwork guards, basically, that are hanging out in front of the bank. It's 4:30 a.m. Nobody is around at this point in time. You are pretty confident that nobody has entered the bank at this point in time, and you're pretty confident that you have about 30 minutes or so before people really start to arrive. And you do see these two clockwork people. And I'm going to put y'all in initiative order. Not that we're necessarily going into combat, but if you didn't give me a perception check, I would like a perception check from you.
If that was a perception check for initiative, I do get a +2 modifier to my initiative above my usual perception, so you will need to add that to there.
Sounds good.
making me a 21.
Okay, let's see.
You just wanted to go ahead of me.
I mean, yes, but also the rules.
John, what was yours? John Smith?
26.
26.
Damn it. You scoundrel.
What about Tag?
18 for me.
18.
They
And
were all our
then-
good rolls for the whole day.
Yeah.
Yep. Way to
Yuri.
jinx it, everybody.
Yuri, what about you?
It was 20 from the last time. Do I need to re-roll?
Oh, no, you're good. Here in the dead of night, one of these automatons turns toward your direction and begins walking toward you.
We have any actions we can take currently?
We are in initiative order, so once we get to your turn, you are more than welcome to take an action, or 3. The automaton comes up to the group and looks at the group. Let's see, what can they see?
We're outside the facility right now, correct?
You are. You're on the road, and they just start looking at you. They take one of their actions to walk up to you. They take another action to point out all of you to the other automaton, which then turns their head. And this little lantern kind of turns toward each of you. And then the third action it's going to use to address all of you. Welcome to the Gold Tank Reserve. How may I assist you?
It's a bit too early for assistance. Thank you, though. We're just passing by.
John Smith, it is your turn.
Yeah, I just nod and say, just passing by, and continue walking down the street past them.
Okay, sounds good.
Which is weird because we're nonchalantly all walking together, but in initiative order, I end up 60 feet away from everyone.
Yeah, let's keep this in initiative order at
Yeah,
this
that's
point in time. The second automaton steps over to the other side of its counterpart. Thank you for visiting the Gold Tank Reserve. Let us know if we may assist you. And next is Oleander.
I suppose I would nod, say, thank you, will do, and also continue walking
All right.
to match where John is. Or at the very least, hold. I'm going to say hold with a trigger all of us walking.
Okay.
Sure, we can all walk together.
You can hold
Yeah.
until the last person walks. Sure.
Yeah.
Urian, excuse me, Babibi, what are you doing? Are you doing the same, holding?
I shall straighten up stiffly and stand behind Oleander, averting my gaze, and stand quietly. If he walks, I'll walk behind him.
Okay. Tag, same thing? Gonna hold and then move with the rest of the group?
I'm going to make a knowledge check to see, now that I've seen one of these things up close, what do I
Yeah.
know about them?
Sounds good. Give me a... Ooh, what is this? I think this is crafting, if you would like to know anything about it.
Is it okay if I make it untrained?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
19.
Yeah. Oh, you can also use Arcana if you prefer Arcana.
Doesn't matter. 19.
So, you know that these things carry around javelins, and they will also just attack anyone who is trying to harm them or trying to get past their security with unarmed strikes. They have the ability to move very quickly in combat, so you would think that they have the ability to take attacks of opportunity. And they have another couple interesting things about them. First one is that they specialize in something called a hog tie. They can restrain, they can
Nice.
restrain creatures. And they also have a siren on their head that will sound if you if they feel there's a significant security threat, they'll go ahead and sound their siren. Those are the main things that I think you would know.
What?
Good. With my other 2 actions, I will move up to John Smith.
All right.
Thank you.
And Rosaline is going to hold for everybody to move up together. Abeafo, what are you doing?
Sorry, 1 second there.
Okay. You can also talk to each other, I think, if you want in this moment as characters.
Thinking.
Yeah, so once we're out of combat, I'm going to message everybody to share what I've learned. Obviously, I don't say it right in front of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if it's all right, I'll look back over my shoulder and make a knowledge check too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to especially look for any weak points or something we could target on.
Okay.
Yeah, 23 engineering.
Yeah, we can do that. This is... All right, things that they are going to be weak against are probably electricity and something specific called orichalcum.
This would be quite simple to exploit.
I'm going to go ahead and look up orichalcum because I'm actually not sure
It's
what
a
that is.
material.
Orichalcum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orichalcum. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so those are their weaknesses. Resistances, you think they probably have like physical resistances.
All of the above.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you try to hit them with a bludgeoning weapon or like a piercing weapon, they're probably gonna they're probably going to be able to resist a bit of that unless like it's a specific kind of metal.
Okay.
And I think we'll take y'all out of initiative if that sounds good to people.
Yep.
Fraternization with the enemy occurred much sooner than expected.
All right, I should probably go into disguise soon.
Agreed. First, how about a couple of rats?
Why are you under the impression that I have rats?
No, I'm saying, can you fetch some? I want to act like an exterminator. Where's some rats that I've exterminated?
Oh yeah,
And
that's
she
a good
smiles
idea.
sweetly at you.
Having planned to be an exterminator, you have acquired no rats for yourself and your plan?
No, I was busy talking to the guy who was going to let us into the bank. I thought you were out with the animals.
Well, I'm sure
At
we could
what
all
point
find
did
some
we have a
rats down
discussion
in
that
the
required
alleyway.
me rat catching?
Well, if I'm supposed to be playing the role of a mouser or rat exterminator, I suppose now's as good a time as any to start. And I will assume my fox form, and with my imprecise scent that I now have, attempt to sniff out some rodents.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Great.
You're like running around. like,
15 wasn't
Okay.
the worst.
You like duck down an alleyway and you see there are some like little rats hanging out. I think you can probably catch like one or two.
Yes, please.
Okay,
I would like to do that.
let's Tell me how you do it. I think you can probably do it fine. What do you do? Just pounce on them or what?
Yeah, I'm going to pounce on them, not remembering whether or not we needed them dead or alive. I suppose I will take one alive in my mouth. That's what that's called,
Mm.
and bring it back, uh, and just sort of like expectantly look at Tag, like indicating the thing there.
Did you bring one dead as well?
And then I go off and I chomp this one. Does that count as the first kill of the campaign?
Only if we get XP for it.
Only if you roll attack and actually hit it.
I think you
I
can
rolled
kill
a
it.
4.
We have killed
I can kill it.
1/50th of a swarm of rats.
Yay! All right, thank you. I am tracking them, by the way. Still,
Tag
so.
around.
And then I'll drop it at your feet and then bring the other one back alive.
Tiger gladly takes the dead one.
Cool. Excuse me, y'all. What is my responsibility in this little heist? I don't want to say that word too loudly, but what would you like me to do?
Would you be good at scouting out and seeing where the clockworks are looking, making sure that we don't get caught when they're looking at us? How are you at observation and keeping yourself hidden?
Well, you see, if it were a little bit lighter outside, I think I'd do quite well with that task, but right
No.
now, not quite sure if that's a great idea for me.
Well, I think this will be once we're inside.
Oh, then yes, I'm happy to help.
Great. So let's plan on that. In the meantime, stay close and we'll guide you where to be.
Yep. And we should probably head to that back alley where the door we're using is.
Oh, I do have one more question. Am I gonna be playing the role of a rat trapper, or will I be a patron of the Gold Tank Reserve?
I think you can be part of the Papa Roach. Or what do you think? Is she up for the
I hand you your overalls.
Oh, how exciting! Oh, thank you.
Tyrone dons her overalls and then wears the hat, which modifies everything to look like a uniform with a hat that says PAR over the top of it.
Okay.
Do you have one for Obey?
Hmm?
Overalls?
We're going in the bag. We give you overalls.
Obey accepts.
Okay.
And I take it, Obe, when you put on the hat of disguise, your armor turns into like a set of rat trapping gear, like with rat traps and things like that, instead of actual armor.
I like it.
Not functional for dead rat. I'll just have to carry it.
Fair enough. I hand you the dead rat. Actually, I'll get it inside the door unless you're pretty good at hiding things. Yeah, and so I take the dead rat and the bag of holding. I say, looks like we're all disguised. You guys ready to hop in?
John, it's time for us to play the one-legged race.
See you on the other side. I put on my leather armor and attach my forks to my bandolier, and then put on my hat and disguise myself as not having any of that, and jump in the bag.
I draw a dagger and keep it close to my chest and hop in the bag.
And you both have your shields raised as you're inside the
Yeah.
bag.
So as long as we're in there, we take one action to raise shields, one action to ready an attack every round, because that's how it works.
I may switch to a javelin, but general idea, sure.
And as you
Right,
jump
man.
in, you realize you just continue falling and falling, and it never, ever. And I'm just kidding. You're good.
Very well, I have a new character sheet. That's no problem.
Um. All right. After some time, you notice that a very tired-looking, human person walks over. I think this is probably a man walks over to the Gold Tank Reserve, um, and flashes like an ID card in front, like opens up his wallet and flashes an ID at uh, the automatons, and they say, "Welcome, sir, to our establishment. We thank you for your service in our endeavors. Please enter the bank." And the man walks up, takes out a jingling set of keys, and unlocks the door. And it's open. The door closes behind him. And then you hear the door lock again.
Okay, and it appears the automatons are right by the entrance or right by the alleyway.
They have now moved closer to the entrance.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just right up next to the entrance, about 5 feet away from it.
Yeah, so I say it looks like that's probably our mark with the keys, and yeah, we should move to the back alley.
Okay. Was that at the front entrance then?
That was at the front entrance, yes.
Okay, so I motion and message the not in bag crew to stealthily stalk over to the side entrance while that's going down.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move you all to that part of the map.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oop. So, you see a locked door in front of you. I believe Tag would be the person with the keys, correct?
That's correct.
All right, Tag. You see a locked door. What would you do? Or what do you do?
I first look for any kind of, not really traps, but like alarms that might go off, anything like that.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Um,
Thievery, perception.
23.
23. Let's see. Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. I am going to take the key labeled outside entrances and attempt to unlock the door.
Yeah, you are able to get inside through the side entrance. The door is unlocked. Let me see if there's anything specific that I want to share with y'all before we get in there. Oh, another thing. I'm going to read this because it's just well written. But as you're outside of the bank, you notice that, like, the stench of manure accentuates the aura of shabbiness in this part of Alkenstar. In accord with the rundown district, the Gold Tank Reserve looms above like a starving behemoth. The bank was crafted from once gleaming stone, though dust and dirt now cake the domed glass roof. A pathway carved from a stone slab leads from the wooden boardwalk to stone steps and an elevated porch, not unlike a small stage. Two small wings of the building flank the path, each with weed-choked planter facing the street. Impressions of giant keys etched onto the walls on either side of the entryway lend the building an air of security and stability. And as you enter, you're opening that door, Tag?
Yes.
All right. As you enter, let's go ahead and get some light here. You see worn stone floors and threadbare furniture that kind of define the aesthetic of at least this room. There's like wooden furniture around, and it seems as if you can kind of hear the sounds of someone in another part of this bank going about their business. It sounds kind of like there's an echo throughout a large chamber somewhere in this building. Um, there is a single door on the left hand side of the establishment. Where'd you go? On the map. Oh, how'd you get
I
over there?
don't know where I went.
Let me see.
I was trying to find where I was, and then I disappeared.
I got you.
Sorry about that.
No, you're okay. So you are at the bottom end of the map. I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody in that room as well, so that they can all see this.
Dear John, your breath is very warm upon Babibi's neck. We are very comfortable with each other, yes?
I mean, we could rotate, but I don't know if it'd be an improvement.
All right. Yeah, how's it going in the bag of holding?
Oh, it's great. I mean, John grew up with 12 siblings. We had to share sleeping bags all the time in the winter.
It's no Goldman Sachs, but it'll do.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
my god.
God.
The title of this episode.
Oh, I had a really good one too because we're a pest service.
I'm writing them down. Well, we'll figure it out later.
Yep.
Okay. You all enter the room and you see much what I described. Nothing that seems dangerous within this room is within this room. But anybody feel free to give me a perception check. Oh, also, it kind of looks like maybe a break room of
You
some
think
sort.
we're inside yet, young John?
Probably it's about that time. They haven't messaged us with any problems.
Yeah, are you all letting them out of the bag of holding or what?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
No.
Right now, I'm looking around 23 perception.
Ooh.
Specifically, is there any notes left on the break table? Are the doors marked with like Office One or somebody's name, anything like that?
Okay.
Are there any windows due to inside the bank?
So, there's a scratched and stained round table that is surrounded by mismatched chairs in this cramped room. There's a series of tall cabinets that line the southern wall near a door to the west, and the smell of fish emanates from one of the cabinets. Um, a door on the north wall
Dear
leads.
John, what do you rank their chances of survival?
I mean, survival's a low bar. They usually like to hang people after a show trial, so they'll survive until then at least.
Optimistic.
Sorry, Emma. What else?
No, you're good. Um, there is a door on the north wall that leads elsewhere, and it seems like there are doors to a couple of water closets, like bathrooms. Um, and it seems like this is the break room. Um, you are able to, like, in looking around at the different parts of the room tag, you see there are some lockers, and those lockers have like um, little padlocks on them. You think they would be pretty easy to get into. Um, and you could attempt to try if you would like. You would think that there are potentially valuables within the lockers, and then also you, in terms of like, what were some of the other things that you were looking for? Like identification about what rooms you might be in, things like that?
And perhaps windows looking into the bank. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't see any windows in this room. Um, but you do see uh, like a wooden sign that just says staff only um, within the room.
And if I may, I did make a perception check as well.
Okay.
Quick question. If the stat doesn't have its own modifier in my Fox form, does it just default to what my character sheet says?
Uh, yeah, I would think so.
Okay, and we can learn that rule later if it is different.
Okay.
But with a 25,
Hmm.
I am trying to sniff the place out, specifically behind doors as well.
Okay.
Um,
So by the bathrooms, it smells disgusting. It smells kind of like a porta potty would. Um,
mhm.
and then you do smell what seems to be a person kind of just outside of this door, maybe walking around, pacing and opening up different like drawers within some desks. Um,
And sorry, which door is that?
that would
Is that
be
to the
the
north?
door up at the north.
All right. Uh, anything behind the other two doors to stage left?
Those are the bathrooms, right?
Those would be the
The
bathrooms.
northwest.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
smell like porta potties.
Okay.
Lovely. And
I
then
am.
a couple
Go
other
ahead.
things you would smell.
Mhm.
You smell like a little bit of a musty smell behind some of the lockers. And then you definitely smell. Okay, so behind the lockers, you get kind of a musty smell. You also start to smell like, or you smell a strong odor of fish.
Mhm.
Um, you think maybe like clay of some sort. Maybe it's kind of that musty smell. It's hard to really put a finger on what exactly it might be. Um,
Okay.
and you also smell uh, like the smell of something that has been burned, and that's all behind
Burn.
the lockers. Yeah.
Okay. In order to indicate those, I would go up to Tag, kind of brush up against her leg, and then I will go over to the lockers where I smelled the burn stuff, whichever specific locker that is, or in general. I will point, like do the hunting dog point,
Okay.
cock my head off to the side a bit, and then do the same to the door, but hold the point.
Okay. Tag is going to message. Oh, Jorit is going to message Sir Fluffington,
Yes, those are the code names.
and Jorit communicates what. Oh, Jorit, this is what my disguise looks like. This is as good a time as any. Jorit is a male halfling. It's got a little bit of facial hair, but kind of a gross, grody looking. Um, and Um, he's wearing a uniform that says PAR on the hat and Papa Roach on the uniform. Um, kind of just bland hair, bland skin color, everything like that. But anyway, Jorit messages Sir Fluffington, which is the fox and loyal rat hunter.
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, so I seem to have figured out that there's bathrooms to the northwest and a door to the north. I don't see much else in this break room. What have you figured out?
I believe that I can message back telepathically in this form, yes?
Yeah. I
Okay.
yeah, I would think so.
You hear a dog yipping.
There's a person behind here where I'm pointing now, and something weirdly earthen and burning in the lockers. Burning, smelling. Not like actively on fire. You'd probably notice that.
Oh, maybe some secrets that somebody tried to dispose of. We might return to that, but we should stay focused, especially while we have friends trying to breathe. Speaking of, I'm going to see what Obey has and then check in on them. So then I message Obey and say, kind of similarly, what we found and did you discover anything?
I will guard this door. It sounds like someone's behind it.
That's right. Okay. Let me let the people in the bag know, and then if they don't want to jump out here, we will proceed. And so then I message John Smith and let him know what we have discovered so far. That we're just inside the front room. Seems like bathrooms on the side. Guy beyond the next door.
Okay.
I'll message back. If you want me to pop my head out, I can try and open these lockers. We might not get a chance if there's anything valuable there after action starts.
Not going one-on-one, Jamie. Can we discuss whether we want to do that now or wait till later?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, what's the party think?
We came to seize gold, not set alarms off in a break room.
Okay, and so we'll return later if we can. So my approach,
Or detect magic and check the contents of the locker. If that
Yeah,
is
see if
a
there's
possibility.
oh, that's a good idea. So I also messaged Rosaline. We're going to be going through that door and see if our little gambit of being pest control will work with whoever's on the other side. If not, be ready. We might have to fight our way out. But first, let me cast a quick spell over here.
Okay. Detect magic?
Yep, I cast Detect Magic on the lockers.
Yeah, you don't detect any magic.
Very good. I let the party know, and uh, I'm going to take lead on opening the door.
All
I
right.
check to see if it's locked.
The door is not locked.
Okay. I am going to open it with Obey and Sir Fluffington at my heels.
Okay.
And Sir Fluffington is going to take a position holding said living rat, I believe, and then kind of take a loyal dog looking position right at your heels, as you said, but sort of more relaxed body language now.
Okay, so to kind of make sure I'm getting this correct, Obeafo is staying inside of the break room.
Correct.
Babibi and John are within the bag of holding.
Sack team.
Yep.
Who is holding
Zach
the
team
bag of holding?
6.
I am holding the bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm making it look like, yes, this is part of the equipment that you take dead rats, put them in a sack to dispose of later, or maybe I have bait in there, stuff like that.
Sack team is holding at the ready, holding each other inside the bag of holding.
Oh God.
Hold.
So
Oh, and I was thinking Rosalind behind me. I
okay,
don't know.
it's up to y'all. I think I think that Oleander was directly at the
Oh
heels
yeah,
of Tag.
yeah, you're right. Yes,
Cool. And then I think Rosaline will be just behind Sir Fluffington, excuse me.
perfect.
Oh my god, what's
Yes.
my code name?
Use the title.
What do you want to be known as, and what are you disguised as, Rosalind?
Rosaline looks like she looks much like herself, except she has black hair instead of purple hair. And
Good call.
yeah, she's got a um instead of a long coat that she wears, she's got like her normal or her PAR clothing, like her overalls.
Mhm.
And I think she also has some glasses over her face on her eyes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what she looks like.
Tag messages. I think you should go by Rowan. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Rowan. And I let the rest of the party know. Yeah, so I'm going to listen at the door and
Yeah.
then open it.
Okay. What's your are you rolling a perception for that or just kind of listening?
Yes.
Okay.
21 as I listen at the door.
Yeah, it seems like you still hear pacing back and forth, opening up different drawers from different desks. Um, and you open up the door. Um, as you enter, let's get the three of these guys in here. Sorry, just gonna move some people around a bit so that we can see the whole map. Obeafo, did you want to see the rest of the map or would you like to stay within the break room?
I'll stay within the break room.
Okay. So as you all enter, there's a halfling man who kind of looks startled, turns around. Oh my goodness me, I can't believe I got so scared. I'm so sorry. What are y'all doing in here?
Sorry to startle you. Didn't mean to catch you unawares. We're here for the pest service. We got the rat problem,
The rat problem. Roll a bluff.
and I
Um,
offer the dead rat that I'm holding.
Cool.
Would I be able to take an aid action
Yeah.
in this moment? Would it help?
Hold
Are you
rat
sure
in
you
your
want
mouth
to?
convincingly.
Yes, to sit right next to Tag and proudly present said rat.
Are you sure you want to in this version of the game?
Well, aid.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
It is
8
difficult.
is you have to get a 20, and if you fail to,
It is very difficult, and if you critical fail, you're actually hurting in this.
Okay, cool.
At level 1, it's hard to.
You are able to give me a performance check if you would like to do an aid.
I'm good.
Okay.
That's a fun modifier for me.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm finding my.
Thanks.
check.
Yeah.
We're all still learning this system.
I mean,
Thank you.
says
for your
GM
patience.
might adjust the DC for hard or easy tasks, but
Yeah.
Bluff is deception, right?
like holding
Yeah,
up a rat.
deception.
So 7 plus 9 is 16.
Oh, well, I wasn't aware that we had any sort of pests in the bank. Did you find those in the break room? Those rats in y'all's hands?
One was in the bathroom. I'll tell you what, usually you don't have a problem because we do our job well.
Oh my, well, I've never seen y'all's before, but oh, it just gives me the shivers to think about. I don't want those creepy crawlies running all up in my 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 station over in the front. Well, I guess thank you. Feel free to go about y'all's business. I'm here to help if you need anything, but don't make me interact with no rats, please.
Absolutely. Just let us know if we're going to run into any security measures. Usually, when we go this way, we don't run into anybody who's working still or any. I mean, apart from the typical automaton, but we know what to do for that.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose everything should be quite obvious if you run into something. Should know what it is, but please feel free to ask if you have any specific questions. I don't mind helping.
Thank you. The name's York, by the way. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, my name is Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew. I'm going to get back to work. I'm not paid by the hour, see.
Ah, by the
Yeah.
number of rats that you catch. Yes. Well, I'll go right ahead.
Thank you. And if we do find there's infestation behind one of the locked doors, I'll let you know.
Well, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kinda tips his hat,
Um,
gets back to business.
and I work my way over to the east, to the main office. That's to the southeast, is where I'm trying to work towards.
Okay, so is this is still behind the teller counters that you see in front of you?
Yes,
Mhm.
All right, so you're going over to the right-hand side of the map, and you're opening up that locked door there.
I'm trying to. It's locked.
Sir Fluffington is going to canter, not a thing foxes do, but sure, a little bit of showmanship. Canter off with you and like kind of sniff around past that. I believe also I will attempt to palm the rat towards you, Tag,
Okay,
to give it to you, so that I look like I'm more convincingly doing my job.
very good. I pretend like I'm taking the live rat and just take the dead rat again.
Okay.
And I will message Obey that the coast is clear for him to come out if he wants to and follow us to the main office. It's up to him. If he wants to stay in the break room, he can. And then I message the update to the SAC Team 6.
Okay. I'll send back. Did you get a look at the vault? Does it take one key like the key we have? Does that guy seem like he has the keys to the vault?
A very good question.
Give me
I didn't.
crafting, perception, thievery, any of those.
Okay. I would just do a general perception for me as I'm walking by. I'm not spending time on it, anything like that. 23.
Jeez. Okay, good.
So with the 23, it seems that the vault is like the exterior of the vault is solid steel. Um, and there is a large wheel that you can turn. Um, but you need to enter a key first. And it looks kind of like that key, once you turn it, is going to allow the wheel to push in slightly into the steel door, and then you can turn the wheel. Um, and that's all you can see at this point in time. It looks like one key on, yeah, from what you can see.
Sorry, I have trouble retaining that. So you put a key in and
Mhm.
then you can turn the wheel?
Yeah, so basically you put a key in, you turn the key, and then the key would theoretically allow you to push the wheel into the steel door. It looks like there's an indent a little bit deeper into the wall or the door, and then you can turn the wheel to open up the door.
Very good. And this vault isn't marked Vault 1 or anything like that, right?
No.
Very good. And as I approached the office door, you said I noticed that it's locked, right?
Um. Yes, it does appear to be locked.
Okay. Um, and I don't think any of my keys were related to main office, and I kind of remember Byron even indicating that he wouldn't have access to the office. Um, so I message, hey, the main office is locked. Where should I let you guys out? Should I try to go to the Vault 1 up in the front?
Uh, I say, tell that guy you need to leave a bag of rat bait in there, and if you can just open for a second and watch you lay it down.
Have the one who stood behind light a fire.
I might resort to that, but let me first try Matthew letting me in. Good plan. Thank you for your input.
Fire is always a good plan.
And I cut off the message and go over to Matthew. Uh, do I find him up front?
He's behind one of the teller's desks, yeah.
Hey, Matthew, any chance I could lay a couple traps, some poison in that office there? I'm seeing a couple of signs of rats, but it's locked, so I can't tell for sure.
Oh, well, I would just recommend that you knock on that door. I believe Mr. S should be inside.
Oh, perfect. I'll see if Miss Thresh can let me in.
And
Thank you.
that rings a bell. The name Irkham Dresh is a security person. IRKEM DRESH.
Urkham Dresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here comes Rush. So I message the development to the SAC and say, don't know that I necessarily want to go in for the security measure, lead of security, and have you pop out there. What do you think?
Since the dawn of man, we have been intrinsically linked with the flame. The flame shall solve our
connection
problems.
with the movie.
Oh my god, is that from Quest from the Frozen Flame?
No, I just made it up.
Oh.
That sounds like something from there.
Wait, I also want to say something through message.
Yeah, I just cut off the message.
Okay. Why don't you walk past the vault? Give me the keys, walk past the vault with the bag behind you from Michael's perspective, and I'll stick my hand out and see whether this key works on the big vault.
Okay, from
If
his
not-
perspective.
Yeah, if not, we need to, I think, probably get into that main room to get the real key.
Okay. And I think this is a good time for Sir Fluffington to chase Cantu, just to distract a little bit.
Okay.
So we're gonna take the plan where Cantu, the Quokka, is going to run towards the front of the bank.
Okay.
And then Sir Fluffington's gonna chase after. And while that's going on, I'll go over to the door and see if we can't try the keys.
Sounds good.
Slightly out of character when we planned this maneuver. Would you have wanted me to continue holding on to a mouse? Or rat, I should say.
I think we can actually have you hand it to me at this point.
Okay, so at your signal, Oleander will do this as kind of gives you a look, cocks his head a bit, and is like, adopts playful puppy pose and does the little play bow, wags the tail, wags the butt, and then starts chasing Kantu towards the front.
Yeah,
Sure.
and the idea is Cantu is getting close enough that Matthew probably will notice, and will definitely notice the fox giving chase. And I approach the vault and open the bag so that with the keys, John Smith can take a stab at it.
Which bag?
The sack, the bag of holding.
Yeah, just open the
Okay.
top enough for me to stick my top of my eyes and my hand out. And I'll try the key that says Vault 1, or see if it could possibly fit in this lock, and if so, try it.
All right. I would like a stealth check from, I think, from Tag, and then I would also like a, whatever athletics, performance, acrobatics, something from Oleander as well.
I have two questions then.
Babibi shall roll to aid stabilizing his hand with athletics.
I have a skill feat called Experienced Smuggler, which
Okay.
is I can often conceal small things from passive observers.
Okay.
I'm trying to conceal the bag opening up by
I
the
don't help
vault
you, but I
from
don't hurt you.
Matthew. Would this feat apply here, or should I just roll stealth?
Yeah, I think that applies. Is there a role that's associated with that, or is it just that's just how it goes?
It is when the GM rolls my stealth check to see if a passive observer notices a small item I have concealed. You would use the number rolled or 10, whichever is higher, as the result of my die roll. So I'm going to roll, and then if 10 is higher, then I'll use it. 10 is higher. So that is, what is my stealth? 13 against the passive perception.
All right. Oh my, what in the world's happening right now? It's like,
And
yeah, give me that roll, Oleander.
so the fox gets a +10 to acrobatics, so that's a 25.
Nice. So that's a 15 then with the aid for tag. So,
Perfect.
um, you are able to put the key in the door, John,
Mhm.
and Vault 1, the key that is labeled Vault 1, does fit.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to activate the door.
All right, you turn the key. I think all you can do from within the bag is turn the key. Unless you're like reaching both hands out and manipulating the wheel.
I messaged John Smith. Hey, does the key work?
It seems to. It's turning. I heard it click, I think.
Should we just go in or get Matthew out of the way first?
Yeah, I think guide Matthew away.
Ooh.
So message with the beauty.
Would a fox wearing a hat of disguise appear as a rat?
I mean, we have a rat.
Uh,
A large, intimidating rat.
Tell Oleander to knock something over in there and tell Michael to go like fix it and stop them from messing everything up. Yeah, that's you.
I message
Sir Fluffing.
Cantu.
Oleander?
I
Oh, Cantu.
messaged
Okay,
Cantu
Cantu. Your clock up.
to cause a disruption in the other room, and then message Sir Fluffington. Hey, make sure
Tear up the
stuff
couch.
is not
There's a couch.
around.
Tear up the couch. Yeah.
Do you see anything while you're in there? The message is active in case you need to say what's over there.
That is a great question. What furniture and/or desk implements are there to easily knock over and ruin Matthew's day?
Are they made of wood?
There are definitely some ceramic vases that you could knock over and make a big mess of. That would probably be the best thing to choose.
Oh, I've always wanted to do this. Don't you dare tell my husband I will never hear the end of it. And I am going to kind of try to lead Kanti the Quokka to jump up to a desk and kind of jump, look like he's faking to jump up to the desk but go under it, and then I will jump and knock over and crash that vase to the ground.
Absolutely. I first see what Matthew's reaction is. If he needs prodding, then I'm gonna guide him to go check out what that was.
So, a couple things happen. As you knock over the vase falls, hits the ground, shatters. Matthew stands up. What's going on? What's happening right now? What in tarnation are y'all doing? And he steps out behind the teller desk, starts walking over in that direction. Excuse me, would y'all mind taking care of y'all's fox over here? It's making quite a mess, chasing some sort of rodent. Don't believe it's a rat, though. And as he says that, another individual walks through the front door of the bank. Bank door opens, closes. This is a human, and they have a large set of keys dangling from their belt.
I send Rosaline. Can you go take care of that fox? And I turn back to the vault.
Oh, right
and
away, sir. And she gives like a little wink.
I we start engaging the wheel.
All right. Um, you do need to push the wheel into the wall. Is that what you do?
Yeah. Once Matthew has turned the corner to see what the fox has done, I do so.
All right.
And
You-
while that is happening, I will be playing it up as Rosalind is trying to tame the fox here. I'll be kind of like doing the play bow a little bit, kind of try to get Kantu to go under her under and like through her legs there and like around her so that I can try to go under there and almost trip her up and just kind of play it up.
Okay. Um, the as you push the bank vault uh wheel into the door, there is a loud noise. And Matthew turns, looks at all of you. The man who just walked in the door looks at all of you through the teller desk, says, "Excuse me, what is y'all doing over there by the bank vault door? Matthew, what is this? Who are these people?"
And I say, my mistake, I leaned against it. It just made that noise.
Deception.
And this is, of course, where the low roll comes out.
Yes.
With a 12.
Ah,
A 12?
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Um. Oh, what's this gonna be? Hang on a sec. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Excuse me, you're gonna have to give me a better reason than that. I'm not sure that I believe what you're saying. I've never seen y'all before in my life.
Well, we're with the pest service, and as you can see, this isn't even locked. And I push the door to see if it opens.
Oh, you push the bank vault door.
Yeah, I'm like, look, it wasn't even locked. That's why it made the noise. And
So yeah, you
the,
you like I think if what you're trying to do is show that it wasn't locked, um
yeah,
you'd like
I
pull the
I could
wheel
like
out
wheel it a little bit.
and
Yeah,
then
and
push the wheel back in and maybe pull it out again and push it back in.
well, I'm trying to like actually turn the wheel and open the door. Like,
Okay, yeah.
look, it's not even locked. And as demonstration, just open it. Like, and if I'm able to, then I open the door and I'm gonna nonchalantly drop a bag that was in my hand into the vault.
Okay. Okay, so you begin to open up the door. Um
See, it's not even locked. I just leaned up against it. I was checking for tracks. There's rats in this bank, and it made this loud noise when I leaned up against it.
I the door is unlocked and it opens, and Tag, you see a second door behind the first door. It is a large steel cage. Um, and so you can open up this big metal door, but there is another cage behind it that has another hole for a key. Excuse me, I need you to step away from that door. That is not something that you are permitted to
Wait.
do.
Important question. You
Yeah?
say a cage. Is this like bars with spaces between them?
I wasn't asking
Yes.
because we can't see.
Well,
Yeah, in that case, I'm just going to drop the sack on the other side of the bars and say, "Oh, of course. Let me close the door and I'll step away."
I would like a thievery check, please.
Absolutely. Any chance I could make an argument for like deception or performance?
I think this one's thievery.
Okay. 13 on the die, no modifier.
Oof. All right, hang on. I believe you dropped something.
And I reach down and pick up the rat that I had in my hand.
Give me a
You're
perception.
absolutely right. Perception check.
Yeah, as you bend down to pick up the quote unquote the rat
Oh.
that you just dropped,
20.
you see two automatons inside of the vault with their heads turning with the lantern.
Yeah, I'm going to close the vault door and say, my mistake, leaving the sack inside.
All right.
And
Give me a bluff
I
check.
come up. Yeah, and I'm coming up with the
Deception. Excuse
rat
me.
squirming in my hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a 9.
Yeah,
Two
Let's
out
go.
dice.
Let's
Uh-huh.
start this.
Okay, cage match. Great.
Yes.
Lock and load. 2-on-2, right? We got this, John.
Yeah.
As this is starting to unravel, do I have time to message in the sack or not really?
Good thing they locked us.
So do you close the door?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Very good.
John and Bubby B, you are now within the vault.
Yeah, success,
It would have
right?
been so much better to just fight everyone and not have a plan.
You knew what you were signing up for.
So I asked
John,
you what
that's
their
the play
chances
this.
of success would be and or surviving would be, and what do you think our chances of surviving are going to be now?
I mean, we're in a bag. No one knows we're here.
Tag. So Matthew comes up to you and says, "Are you sure you didn't drop something within the vault? I believe I saw something leave your hand and wind up on the floor there."
Okay. I would like to stick one hand out of the bag and, like Cousin It, crawl the bag along into the corner.
Okay.
How many hero points do I need to spend?
I think you mean thing.
Yeah.
You mean thing, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give me gosh, I think you could just
Thievery?
do that. You can just crawl
Okay.
the hand over.
Yeah. Okay.
Tag says, I suppose it's possible. I'm not going to approach that door with that menacing guy telling me not to, but do you want to check? It's still unlocked.
I think I might have to.
Go for
Something's
it.
fishy
And
here.
I step away from the vault.
And he opens the door, takes a look inside, doesn't see anything, closes the vault door, locks the door.
Very good.
Okay.
So I say, I apologize for the commotion. We're more professional than this, I assure you. There seems to be a little bit more rat problem than I expected.
And
But
oh, go ahead.
I'd like to continue my rounds.
Yes, I think that would be a wise decision. And in that moment, the door from the office opens up, and a security woman walks out of the door. She is dressed in like full plate armor, and she is a halfling with a sword sheathed in a scabbard at her side.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. She is a dwarf.
Okay.
Also a half.
Well, good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Sir Isaiah. I came up with that name right now. And and she steps
Oh
out.
man, not Isaiah. That's my brother.
I might want to be doing something in parallel to this in the vault, so let's like time back and forth after this.
Totally cool. Sounds good. Well, good morning, Sir Isaiah. Good morning, Matthew. Who are these people, might I ask?
Yes. My name's Yora with the pest service. You have a scheduled cleaning with the
Pest
rats.
service. No, the hell you don't.
I mean, HQ told me the Golden Reserve. That's this place, right?
Honey, I am HQ.
I meant of my organization. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to step on any toes here, but we had a scheduled service this morning.
Oh, very well. I'll check my record book. Just a moment, please. If you could please stay right there. She walks back inside. Give me a bluff check or deception. Excuse me.
Absolutely. That is the best of the night. That is a 24.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, we have a chance.
John and Babibi, what do you do?
So I want to like peek out the opening of the bag just to see what the room looks like.
Okay.
Are creatures inside a bag of holding capable of getting out? Yeah.
So it is, as far as I can tell, it is literally just a bag. It's just a large bag. So it's like we're in a sleeping bag.
Do I need to like boost you out and then you need to like reach in to get me out?
I mean, if it's on the floor on its side, I think we're like lying on our sides on a sleeping bag against the floor, as far as I can tell from the description. Like, I think we can just look out the entrance.
Great thing that they told us where we are, eh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got it from context clues.
Did we feel the impact of the okay. Emma,
Yeah,
did we feel anything?
sure. I think you would feel the bag like, yeah, you'd feel the impact of the bag hitting the ground. And I think you would have heard some of the things that were said through the opening of the bag when John Smith's hand was in the keyhole.
Well, young John, I think they're dead.
I think we need to
Get out of here.
Well, I think we should get this stuff. But hold on, I'm actually looking, so I want a description because that will influence what I say to you about our plan.
Okay.
Very well. We will hold open the bag slightly and he will look out.
So you see two automatons that seem not to have noticed you yet. Seems as if their lanterns are like projected forward and they're circling, but they're not really looking at the ground. So yeah, you definitely are yeah, you can see what's going on. Basically just two clockwork guards, and then there is a large steel platform, and on top of the platform there is a large ornate steel box.
Okay. Does the big box is the only thing that looks like it could contain loot in here?
Yes, it is an entirely empty room except for the
Mhm.
box and the two clockwork guards.
Okay. Does it look like the sort of spotlight of the guards' attention covers the box, or are they mostly looking forward at the, doors and such?
Their faces, quote unquote, um, are lanterns, and those lanterns are spinning. And
Mhm.
as they spin, each revolution, it would be each rotation, they come across. Wait, revolution or rotation?
Either is correct.
Is this spinning like 360, scanning the entire room?
Exactly.
Okay.
And it does every single rotation. It does pass across the box.
Okay. How often, like, what's the interval between hitting the box?
Um, I think that's going to be
In lockpicking checks as the standard unit of time.
Oh, great.
it's going to be
So
once.
in 6 secondos.
Okay.
Once, once every 6 seconds for
Okay,
each of
and-
them, and they are alternating. So basically, once every 3 seconds, there is a light on the box.
Okay. And how large sort of is the box itself?
It's pretty big. I would say it is around 3 feet wide, or sorry, 3 feet long, um, about 3 feet wide. So it's a square box, and it has probably from floor to lid, it's like 2.5 feet, and then the lid makes up another half a foot. So it's basically a 3 by 3 by 3. Um,
Well, Sir John, if I put my foot on your chest, I think I can push off of you 3 feet. We may be able to make some room.
So that's like 3 or 4 bulk. Is that right?
I think it says a suit of plate armor is 4 bulk, so
Maybe
It's-
even a little bit more. Than
yeah, but if it's like 8 bulk, it'll fit in here with us. Okay, so yeah, just wait for a rotation and pull it in with us afterwards.
all right, so you are currently in the corner of the room.
Yeah,
I
So-
would like
Mhm.
to enter initiative.
sure.
Yeah.
That seems appropriate.
This box is inside a cage.
We're inside the cage with the
We're already
box.
inside the cage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw the sack inside.
I thought you just dropped us on the floor.
We're not in here with the box. The box is in here with us.
No, I threw it inside the bars, and then you walk yourself to the corner.
Okay.
Everybody give me a perception check. Yuri and Brian, feel free to give me stealth as your
Yeah,
initiative
right.
if you would like.
Oh, would you want me to?
Okay, 19.
-1.
Yeah, I whisper, let me do stuff until bad things happen.
Yeah, get my perception out.
My perception is 8, but my performance is 12. I'm pretending to
23.
be a rat catcher.
What a lousy roll. 10.
Oh, it can get worse.
I am fully aware of how bad initiative rolls can get, my dude.
You
Tag,
could be
what was your
trapped
initiative?
in a cage with 2 automatons.
That's fair.
Tag, what was your initiative again?
8.
And then let's see,
That's like 2 roll dice.
Rosaline. Ooh, natural 20 for Rosaline.
Damn.
Good. At least somebody is stupid.
And Obeafo, what is your initiative?
Where is it? 17.
17.
17 from the break room.
Okay, we're all spread out. First up is Rosaline. And she uses her first action to give a performance check to try
What
and
type of performance?
she's going to like lean down and attempt to catch the fox but fail. So she's trying to like play it up a little bit.
On performance checks, Cantu can accompany in order to give you a +1 to your check.
Nice. All right, so for her first action, she gets an 11 +1 for a 12.
Yay.
Then her second action, she's going to kind of feign a little bit of like she's grossed out by these quote unquote rats, and she's gonna move away 25 feet. And then her third action will be to run over to the man who just entered the door. And she's gonna say, "Oh, mister, would you please help me? We got these foxes running all about, and oh, I'm just so scared. I don't know what's happening right now. If you could please help, that would be fantastic. Thank you." And that is her full turn. She's gonna bluff on that. Attempt to bluff. Deception +2. 13.
All right.
And next we go to Babibi.
And John Smith will whisper, "Let me get us over there quiet, then you pull it in."
I'm sorry, say that again.
Let me get us over there quiet, then you pull it in.
One thing I should make clear to both of you.
Mm-hmm.
The platform that the chest sits upon is probably around 5 feet off of the ground. Yeah.
Okay. So jump out, pull it in, get back in. 3 actions.
It looks like you're gonna have to buy a chest of gold, 3 by 3 by 3,
Uh-huh.
with one person. I think
Okay, get out, pull the bag down over it, and get back in.
much better.
Yep.
So what are you doing, Babibi?
What is our location relative to the bag?
You are...
There we go.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are...
So if you just delay till after me, I can get us close to it.
Is that what you would like to do?
No, but I will. But no, it is not what I would like to do.
Okay. I am going
Semantics.
to change your initiative to an 18.5 so that you go after John Smith. But nope, not a 2,319.
I'll take it. Do I get to go like 40 times in a row?
Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade rules, I believe that is.
Um,
Maybe.
Good typo there.
all right, John Smith, you are up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna crawl us over to that platform, and then if the automatons are looking the other way, sort of reach half out and try and pull us up to the platform.
Okay, I think it's fair for me to impose half movement
Yeah.
speed on this.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's just 10 feet, so that is fine.
So
And
you
I'm
take
using
one
all
action
my
to move up
actions.
there?
Yeah.
All right, so you and Babibi move 10 feet closer. I'm going to put you on this side, Babibi.
Yeah.
And you do see the chest of treasure that you were sent here to steal. What are you doing with your second and third action?
You said the column was 5 feet tall with a treasure?
Yeah, the pillar, the platform that it sits on is about 5 feet tall.
You should
Yeah,
get out and hide behind it.
that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna get the sack to behind the column and then get out and hunker down.
Okay.
Cut. Yeah.
Sorry.
We escaped!
Yeah, okay, cool. There you go. So you are
Hey.
standing behind the platform, correct?
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm
No, I mean,
realizing
we're-
I'm moving all of your characters when you
that's
absolutely
good.
could.
I appreciate it. I can just enjoy the narrative.
But this is a giant slab. We're sitting down behind it.
Mhm.
There's no way we should be it's not a stealth check to be behind a giant stationary thing, right?
So
At least an easy one.
Yeah.
there is, I believe, some stealth that is associated with that kind of check, but it gives you a nice bonus to like AC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
the
you have-
idea is, yeah, we just, if these things are just spotlight searching, we want to be behind the pillar relative to them.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind is that they may be sensitive to sound. So give
Yeah.
me a stealth check as you exit the bag.
Yeah. 16.
Okay. Yeah, I think you exit the bag, and it seems as if everything is quiet still. you see the flashes of light as they pass by you.
Okay.
And they don't spot you. They just move by the wall and over
Yeah.
the platform.
Yeah.
Was that your full turn, or is there another action?
I think I will ready my last action to jump back in the bag after Habibi has got the gold.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll keep the bag open for him to come out.
All right. I believe readying an action is 2 actions.
It is.
Oh.
In this game, it's 2 actions.
All right, I'll just hold the bag open for Habibi to come out.
Okay. So we've got the bag held open, and we've got John Smith crouching behind this platform. But BB, what do you do?
Habibi shall pull from his satchel a climbing kit with a grappling hook tied to a rope
Ah,
for his first action. Second action, I'm going to throw the grappling hook over the box.
okay. I think I need an AC
An attack
of
roll.
5, is my guess.
Can a fighter hit an AC of 5? What are the odds? Let's just get a generic D20.
What was it? Sorry.
15 on the die for
15 plus 5, 20.
30, 20.
Okay. You hit. You have
I would-
the chest grappled.
I would like to strength check to pull.
Give it to me.
Or can you do it on your character?
11.
Oof.
This is a heavy treasure chest. So you begin to pull, correct?
Yes. Yes.
You make a little bit of progress. It budges slightly, pulls a little bit closer to you, but it is still on top of the platform. And you realize that this thing is pretty heavy.
This was intended. This was stealth pulling.
Yes, the classic stealth pull with the grappling hook coming from a bag of holding.
We'll go slow.
The Babibi maneuver, obviously.
We'll practice.
All right. First round of
And-
pulling.
It does make. I'm sorry. It does make a
Big
sound
scraping
along
noise.
the platform.
Yeah, that's expected.
And as that happens, it is now the first clockwork guard's turn. And for their first...
Too bad you couldn't hold that action to dive back in the bag, huh?
Yeah.
I will, John.
Yeah.
The clockwork gold tank guard uses 2 actions as it notices the sound of the scraping against the platform and just begins to siren. Boop, 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 boop. And then for its third action, it walks 5, 10, 15, and it sees John Smith holding the bag of holding with a grappling hook coming out of it. And that's where we're going to end session for tonight.
Nice.
I don't see the problem. I'm perfectly safe.
The huff.
Um,
Very good.
cool. Thank you all. That was awesome.
Nope.
Yeah, that was fun. Just totally screwing up a stealth mission is how you have the most
I
fun.
killed John.
So y'all jump out, put the bag over it.
Yeah, that plan sounds dumb.
All right.
That-
This is much safer for me.
Jamie, the other idea I had for a title was Zero Return on Investment.
I like it.
What? What?
In-pests-ment.
Oh, Jesus
Investment.
Christ.
Yeah, it's rats and roaches.
I really have to be part of this?
All right, y'all. I'm gonna stop the recording. Thank you,
Oh,
everybody.
shit, that was all the recording. Oops.
You can edit that
That
bit
was
at the
part
end
of,
out,
no, that was
right?
part of the recording.